We have a slightly new crew here, new, different, but you know, hopefully just as good.
Look, I'm surrounded by all these really smart people now. Look.
Julie, obviously you met before, but we have Jim Bruner, who's our new co-host slash host, and now we have our new presenter, Tim Hotchkiss. And Tim, this is really annoying. We asked for an introduction, and you know what the introduction you put down is? Tim. That's the introduction.
That's it.
You know, I'm getting sick and tired of all these modest people who aren't talking about all the incredible things that they're doing. So, Tim, it sounds terribly boring, and Tim is many things, but he is not boring. From Pomfret Community School in Connecticut, which is in rural part of Connecticut. You actually have to drive past cows to get to the school, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I think cows outnumber the people in town, along with squirrels and coyotes and stuff.
Wow.
So, Tim, would you like to start? And please tell us what makes you not so boring.
Oh, I don't know about that. The first thing I want to start with, Jake, if you remember last time you had a person from the Have a Heart Project or the Connecticut Connect Heart on the last one. So I just quickly, do I hit the share or do you?
You hit it. It's a green button at the bottom. It says share.
Yeah. So I just want to show you this real fast.
You're sharing.
Which we just got started up. We received hundreds from that STEM project. Or not hundreds, but about 70.
70 what?
And we're 70 hearts.
Oh, it's hearts. Oh, hearts.
Yeah, it's the Community Heart Project. You know, so kids all over Connecticut were putting those together. So basically what I'm going to be talking about today, I just wanted to give an update on that. I would like to, you still see my screen or not? Okay. I want to talk about Jason Learning. It used to be Jason Project, started years ago, 1998. It started with Dr. Ballard, who found the Titanic. I have a short film that he put on about this. And the reason it started was that after he got finished discovering the Titanic, he got a lot of letters from middle school kids. And so this is how this project started. And I met with him and his group back in the early 90s when I had a job up at the Capitol in Hartford. And they came in and they were talking about it. But this is, gotta move this. I guess it's not gonna show. So we'll just start with this. Trying to move the screen out of the way. Okay, this is the website. Teachers in the state of Connecticut at this point get this for free. They're having their national conference this week and next week. It's a virtual conference, first time they ever had one because of all the issues going on. So this is just an overall of the website. So a teacher going on here for the first time, we'll get this opening page. And what they've done over the last year or so, they've gone heavy into STEM. So let me just log in. So once a teacher has an account, they can log in through Google, which means they can upload everything to Google Classrooms. This is the way I usually do it. Log in with Microsoft, or they can just log straight into the website. So anything that they do, they can upload it to their Google Classrooms. You can manage the students. You can manage the classroom. Since I have all mine in Google Classrooms, I have 4 classes in the other classroom. The kids really like this website. I had kids before the end of the year that lost, when they were home and I was doing remote teaching. They were contacting me, asking for the passwords so they can get on and use it this summer. Usually Google Classroom, Jason will cut it out part way through the summer, and the kids can't get back on there until their teachers give them a new account. But from what I understand, a lot of the kids are still able to use it. So what they did since COVID was that they put together grab and go lessons. These are open, these are on the other page. These are free for the public as far as I know to use. And then they went heavy into STEM. They have their pitch. So example, here's it's going to open. So design and pitch for STEM. They have people from the public, so there's short films, so they can have an introduction to this. And then they have challenges, which is what I'm going to be using this year. Is I'm going to have the kids pick which one that they really think that they'll enjoy, like, let's say, Operation Lifeline. So they have real life things that they're going to be dealing with, and they're still putting these new ones together as far as I understand. So this is about emergency response. There's usually a video that goes on, resources that they'll be able to use, going into what natural disasters are. And they usually start off with a short film. And then they have other links in here to show them other disasters. And the goal of this, towards the end, is to come up with a first aid kit that they're going to market. So they got to come up with the way to market it, how they're going to sell it, their investors. So let's go back to there's one for building. There's one for pollution. Let me know when I have a minute, Jake. My timer didn't start, and I don't want to go over like last time. They also go into math, some cutting edge things. This one is dealing with getting service for kids and computers in a rural county in Virginia, West Virginia. This is curriculum cutting edge, where they're asking for, this one, they're asking for teachers to send stuff in. They have an innovation sandbox, engineering in the workplace. Like I said, most of this stuff is all new, and they're constantly working on it. I use what's called the waves with my 5th graders, even though this is meant for middle schoolers, a little bit older. So it will start out with career models. And so I usually start it with a hook like this. The kids will watch this, we'll discuss it. And then we go into missions, and I will change some of these. This website is not meant for you just to use this website. They want you to expand. So I use a lot of FET from the University of Colorado, which is an interactive site, like Light and Optics, which is what they would use in designing, which quite a few of the kids using parallax. So they're learning about the basics of light. I put movies together for them, like using this cube. This is a short, I'm not going to show the whole thing, but you can see how the colors break up. Then I turn it around, and then the kids are discussing it. I have questions at the end of the film, and I add another one to it to see how it works. So we talk about ways we look at it. We do experiments in the classroom. They come up with their own ways of studying it, and materials that they're going to need. And the other one for sound is, a lot of times I'll use a slinky. Or we'd use music. We do actual waves. I mean, I'll get the kids out, we'll go down the cafeteria and they'll all do, we'll show different types of waves. And a lot of the materials that you're using when you're doing this stuff is simple and easy to get your hands on it, like glow sticks. The kids will take these, we'll put a bunch in the freezer, and then they'll take them out and they'll have to discover why the ones in the freezer remain bright, will be brighter than the ones that they had out. And some of the kids went ahead and they decided to stick it in hot water and see what happens. And we get into talking about atoms and how they slow down as they get colder, so they're not giving off the energy in this stick will last longer. Any questions?
Tim, is this available for the general public, or is it only for school teachers?
It's available to the general public. They have a whole setup here. If I can get this down, they have a whole thing set up here for families, parent engagement. And as I said, once the teachers put the kids in there, they can go and explore any of the resources. There's games on here. There's links to other websites.
So Tim, what's the general URL? What's the starting URL for this? I'm going to put it in Facebook.
Okay, it'd be Jason, it'd be just jason.org.
Okay, thank you.
That's pretty slick, Tim. I have to say, I'm impressed.
I'm impressed with this. I've taken workshops from these people, and they're probably some of the best workshops. They're the set of workshops where you leave at the end of the day and you don't want to leave. You're upset it's only one day.
Yeah.
And they keep that. It's really pretty incredible stuff. And they do encourage, in fact, during these workshops, they'll show other websites. Like the next time I take one of these workshops, I'm going to show them your website, for innovation.
And a passionate advocate for STEM. What is your favorite success story that you've seen from these kids? Come on, you can pick one. Gianna, by the way, the previous presenter, is one of mine. So pick one.
Congratulations. Congratulations. I was listening to her. Bright young lady. Very bright. I think one of my success stories would be, actually I had a group of girls, and one year one of them won at the Connecticut. She was an 8th grader. Even though I teach 5th and 6th, I do a lot of this stuff with older kids. They come in after school and they want to do this stuff. And she made it all the way to the top, where she got to go out and she had dinner at the Wadsworth and received an award. And hers was real simple, just a dog bowl that you pushed up on the bottom and the water would refill. It's a travel dog bowl.
Okay.
Another girl she didn't win that year and she was all upset. So she went and worked real hard, and she came up with how to defrost meat at twice the rate just using copper. So she did a whole bunch of scientific experiments with different types of metal until she found one that worked. So you put the meat on there like steak and it'll defrost twice as fast, just because of the way copper will draw heat out.
Huh.
Actually, since Tim is so modest, it's driving me crazy, Tim. I'm sorry. I have to butt in. I just want to tell a few stories, not about Tim, because nobody cares about him, but about his students. One of the things he mentioned, and he just brushed by it real quickly, he was talking about some activity, and he said, this is for middle school students, but I'm doing it with fifth graders. This is what Tim does a lot. 2 years ago, he was involved, last year, he was involved in a project with another company, and they had said, this is for high school students. And Tim says, but I'm teaching fifth and sixth graders, and my kids can do it. And his kids did it, even though it was really designed for high school students. And I think the lesson in that is give the kids an opportunity and give them this backing and the support that Tim gives them, and they can do this stuff. They really can go beyond what that label has. Oh, this is elementary school, this is middle school, this is high school. I've seen that in Tim's classroom over and over again, where the kids do things that they technically weren't supposed to be able to do.
So I'm raising my hand to be polite.
Yes.
But that is absolutely true. The moment you allow a kid, and Tim, you know this to be true, I can tell from your face. The moment you allow a kid to be a subject matter expert, they will be the best subject matter expert ever, because they crave the ability to change the world. And that's what most people, adults, don't understand. You give a kid a chance to change the world, they're going to do it. They are going to do it, and they're going to do it with style.
And if you do it right, like my big thing is, failing is the first attempt in learning. And as soon as I build that culture up with every new fifth grade that comes through, I don't have a problem with any of the kids, even when they show up from eighth grade. The teachers up in the upper grades may have it. But I was teaching a lot of fourth graders this year too, for dissections and stuff. And they were worried about failing. And I said, hey, look, if you fail, it's squid's just sitting there, you know? Tell everybody you meant to do it.
Okay. Well, Tim, this is exciting, but once again, you've gone over your time.
Hey, I asked.
I know you did. I know. But I want to get on because we've got some more great presentations. But thank you very much, Tim. Thank you.
Sure thing,
Tim, I hope
Jim.
we meet again.
It was great meeting you. It was nice seeing you again, Julie.
Thank you, Tim.
You guys be good. We'll talk soon, Jake.